Welcome to Wednesday News. I'm your friend and host, Amit Roy. Happy Fool's Day. Hope you are all fine and in good spirit. I was not keeping well, so I was a bit late. Who is the fool? China is the fool. Communist China is the fool. They want to befool entire world. And look at them now. Squeezing. The tight squeeze and investors are running away. And imagine their audacity. They wanted India's Arunachal Pradesh. They're criticizing Indian Prime Minister going to Arunachal Pradesh, calling it a South Tibet. South Tibet. Oh my God. And look at their economy. Hong Kong stock market has sucked into a, crashed cigarette packet. Indian stock market is going up. Indian stock market is going up. Up and up and up every day. Now look, please like me and subscribe my channel and share it. Now, if you'll be a fool if you don't invest in Indian stock market, if you ignore Indian stock market, I'll give you some observation and I'll say why Japanese stock market is also very important. Because Indians in some places have culture of investing in stocks, like in Gujarat and other places, but not in many places. So imagine now Indian stock market is so high. It's like its Nifty is 73,000 and sorry, Sensex is 73,000, Nifty has crossed 22,000. We couldn't imagine that. Just few pockets of two-tier cities or one-tier cities are investing in that. Now, a lot of people are not investing. So they'll started doing that. And a lot of pension funds and others will do that. Look where the market will go. And India's economy is now 4 trillion. It will be touching 7 trillion in 2030. Not very far. So look, if you don't invest in stocks, you cannot ever be rich. I mean it. Rich is rich, not few $100. My father used to tell me one day, he will be rich someday. How that will happen? He had no game plan and he thought of windfall. Windfall doesn't happen. You will never get treasure troves. You have to invest. Anyway, I'm coming to that. But look, why I'm telling Japan. Now, Japan has a very sweet spot now. Though Japan has some structural problem, Nikkei has. Now, Nikkei has also very gone up. It has almost touched a new high in February. And Nikkei is a very sweet spot in Asia. Warren Buffett has bought a lot of stocks in Japan. Now, I have always have a soft corner for Japanese stocks. Whatever I money made, I always salute them. They have contributed in my so-called perceived progress. There is nothing called progress. It's perceived progress. So, yeah, in my opinion, I did a little bit of money and I call it progress. Anyway, now Japan has some problems, you see, also. One is yen and interest rate. So Japan's yen has been weakened. No, sorry, it has getting, weak against US dollar. That's good for exporters. But it has a double-edged sword. It can happen in other way in the domestic economy also. That is one possibility. Secondly, Japan's interest rate. Japan was in deflation for a very long time, last decade. Now Japan is coming back to a little bit of inflation. But Japan, if you don't have a little bit of interest rate hike, I don't think Japan would not do much better. Secondly, Japan's always focused on exports. So 50% of their revenue comes from export. And here I come to China. Because China is shrinking so badly. China's economy is really screwed. Whatever they say openly, that is 4% really growth. And in reality, that would be around 1%, 2%. Because Communist Party, whatever they say, Those are lies. Look at their stock market. The stock market is ruined. That mm, manufacturing sector is not doing well. Their construction sector, real estate sector has totally destroyed, decimated. So, a lot of companies are taking out the money from Japan. And why I'm worrying about that? Because Japanese are heavily invested in China. So I care a little bit of Japanese stocks. Japan may incur some losses from Chinese investment. So that can affect Japanese stocks. Number two, Japan's dependence to United States, and United States also Japan, how they will do business and what kind of business they will do. That is also a concern. But Japan is not investing heavily in other places. Of course, they are doing in Vietnam, Thailand, Malaysia, etc. But not in India, another major market. They are doing it. But they have not started. They are looking at the domestic market. For the domestic, you know, customers. But no, they are not manufacturers taking back to Japan. That is not happening. When that happens, that's very good for Indian economy and Japan also. Though Japan has invested heavily in Indian economic corridors, a bullet train is also coming. But when you invest in Japanese stocks in Japan, you should have. They are going for the high techs. Though bank looks cheaper, you should go for the high tech like semiconductors. They are doing that in India. They're coming to India. And I don't know when that will be finalized, but they're coming to India with semiconductors. And Japan also can do with artificial intelligence stocks. The Japanese are very good in that kind of high end products. So you have to keep in mind those kind of things you can make profit. But it is. But still, Japan, the market has gone so up. It's a matured market, so it's run by mutual funds, more mutual fund, debt funds, etc., etc. So India, you have lots and lots and lots of opportunity. It's a qualification to be taking birth in India. I tell you, I want to be a 20 years boy now. India, you can do, even today, you can do miracles. Miracles you can do even today. Just being born in India, invested your time into knowledge, information, you can make terrible things. Heavily making money. So imagine that. Now look, I would say, now you see, Indian market has gone so up, but India is dependent yet today on monsoon. So that is one cause of concern and a plus point. Look, I am seeing FMCG stocks in India are not doing very well. That's a cause of concern. Now Hindustan Lever is a prime company and they are taking out their dairy business and ice cream business from them. Now ITC has done that already. They're taking out the hotel business. So all companies are restructuring. Nestle has done some similar things. But these are opportunities. When these big companies are in little trouble, you must jump on them and get whatever benefit you take. Buy stocks 1, 2 every day. Now here you can do a lot of SIPs, systematic investment plan. I am not very, I don't recommend others to buy mutual funds. I made profit in mutual fund, but I don't like mutual fund. If you have knowledge, why don't you use your own knowledge, your own money to buy stocks? Do you believe those guys start coming out? No, they're good people. I'm not saying they're bad people all. But they're coming out from MBA and managing mutual fund. Do you think they're smarter than us? Our 40 years, 30 years, 50 years experience, do you think those guys know better than us and handle our money as good as we can or bad we can also? That is also one problem because we get married to a stock. We have our own innovation, we have our own idiosyncrasy and foolishness, because I'm discussing this foolishness because it's a fool's day. So these are the risks you have to take. But even in that, you make 15%, 18%, you'll be extremely happy. And that's a cakewalk if you have proper information. Nobody in the world, if you have a proper information, education, can lose money in stock market. Yeah, you can lose money with future option if you gamble. Don't gamble. Chinese do gamble. Chinese stock market is full of casinos. They don't know By nature, Chinese are gambler in nature, also Japanese to some extent, you know. So this is a difficult thing, but Indians are not gamblers by nature. Indians are frugal people. So Indians will do very, very well in stock market. And I am sure stock market will touch sky, you know. And imagine this, that will reflect in your own holding and stocks. Anyway, this is my humble submission for the Fool's Day. Please buy Japanese stocks. Trust companies because they will not cheat you. There are ups and downs in business. You know, I promised my father I'll be successful doing business with Japan. And I made that promise. I kept that promise. I'm sure my dead father is saying from somewhere. However, I'm not keeping well. I don't want to vex you also more. When I'm in good mood and good health, I'll be doing that to you. Sending more information and more videos on the relevant subjects. Thank you very much for patient hearing. Please like me and subscribe me and share my channel. Best wishes.